Monkeys with Ivan Hutchinson. Today, the curtain goes up on the continuing adventures of Marty McFly and Doc, this time in a 19th century adventure which ends in the 1980s, where it all began. The movie is Back to the Future Part 3. Yes, yet another sequel. Let's see what Ivan has to say.
Well, Anne, as we know, most sequels are disappointing compared to originals, but Back to the Future Part 3, I thought, was a distinct improvement on Part 2. Set mostly in the past, about a century less a few days from the beginning of Marty and Doc's time-travelling escapades, Part 3 is more a spoof of Western cliches than anything else. Marty goes back to find Doc, as was suggested at the end of Part 2, and fix up the whole time-space continuum, which has been in a bit of a mess now for some time. Problems soon arise when Marty discovers a tombstone with Doc's name on it and the date of his demise only days after Marty's arrival in the 19th century. Without spoiling the storyline, the movie builds with a lot of humour to one of those serial-type climaxes in which Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd and Mary Steenburgen, who plays Doc's 19th century girlfriend, find themselves hanging on for dear life to a train heading for disaster.
Clara! Climb out here to me!
I don't know if I can!
You can do it! Just don't look down! That's it! Just a little further!
I can't, I'm scared! That was it!
Keep coming, Clara! Come on! Come on, you're doing fine! Come on! Nice and easy! Don't look down! That's it, you're doing fine! Doc! The red one's about to blow!
Well, those who love the time travel element of the earlier Back to the Futures above everything else might feel a little disappointed by this film, which is simpler than the others. But for general audiences who like a good time at the movies and appreciate the side swipes at westerns, everything from the traditional shootout to Clint Eastwood, should feel this is money well spent.
Looks like a good one for the school holiday.
Features all the regulars from the first two films and some new stars, including Mary Steenburgen. Mary recently appeared in Parenthood, but it's due to her role in Back to the Future 3 that she's finally won over her most cherished fans, her children. Here's Steve Kometko.
Climb out here to me!
I don't know if I can!
You can do it!
In Back to the Future Part 3, Mary Steenburgen portrays a school teacher who trains her sights on Christopher Lloyd. Her part was physically demanding, lots of action and stunt work, something Steenburgen thrived on.
I'd always wanted to do something like this, you know, to be in an adventure film and to get to do the things that the guys usually get to do, like ride on horseback and jump around on trains and hang upside down from steaming locomotives, and it was a riot.
Mary felt very much like a female Indiana Jones. At times, she says she was having so much fun, she actually had to remind herself, hey, be careful, this is dangerous work. So it's ironic that the only time Steenburgen was injured was during a dance rehearsal with Christopher Lloyd. While kicking up her heels, she tore a ligament in her leg.
The dancing was so much fun that when I was actually dancing, I was laughing. In fact, in every single take, they said Chris and I were both laughing our heads off throughout all of the dancing because it was so joyous and so much fun. But the second the director said cut, I'd go, oh, God, oh. So I think the motto is you're better off hanging out on upside down from a train than dancing with Chris Lloyd. I don't care if you fire me, Herbie. It's Christmas, and I'm going to spend Christmas Eve with my kids and Jack.
Although Steenburgen has some 14 films to her credit, including One Magic Christmas, released in '86, and Parenthood, last summer's hit comedy, it was her portrayal of Linda Dumar in Melvin and Howard that earned her a Best Supporting Actress Oscar in 1980. Still, she has only recently become a hit with her own two children, Charlie and Lily, by co-starring with Michael J. Fox. In her own words, she is now cool by association.
Suddenly, they were extremely interested in my career. And they wanted to go to all the screenings, and it all, of course, had to do with Michael. On the very first day, Charlie said, well, do you think I'll ever get to see him? And at one point, I couldn't find my son, and I looked around, and there he was in a golf cart driving Michael around. Michael had given him the wheel. And all I could think of was how expensive the cargo was. The film has a lot of private, I guess, significance for me because I grew up on trains because my father worked at the railroad, and my dad died last year. So in a weird way, when I fly off into the sky on a steam engine, it's like I'm sort of saying hello to him.
Back to the Future Part 3 combines all of Mary's favorite genres of films. It's science fiction, and it's a Western with a touch of romance, creating a very magical movie.
I loved the fantasy of it. I didn't even know how good it was going to be. I mean, when I went to see it, I was expecting to have a great time, but it's just completely pleasurable from start to finish.
Keep coming, Sarah!
I can't, I'm scared.
The red one's about to blow!
Might pay to see the other two as well. After the break, we chat with Tony Rafferty about his plan to run along the Great Wall of China.